So you're thinking about moving to Tellico Village, but you want to make sure you understand the good and the bad, the pros and the cons, what it has access to as far as amenities and restaurants and all that sort of stuff. Well, in this video, I'm going to break all that down and kind of go into detail about what you have access to in Tellico Village. I'm going to take you on a map tour of the area and what you have access to in the surrounding areas. And Tellico Village is an awesome community, one of my favorite areas in the whole Knoxville area. And, you know, if you've seen my other video on Tellico Village, you know that my grandparents live there. And so I've grown up spending a ton of time there, just spending time on the lake, on the boat, playing golf with my grandfather and hanging out with my family. And so it's a great community. I absolutely love it. But if this is your first time on this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in and around the East Tennessee area, make sure you subscribe and tap that bell for notification so you'll be the first to learn about all the new information about the East Tennessee market. And my name is Forrest McCullough. I'm a local real estate agent here, and I get calls all the time from people looking to make the move to East Tennessee, and I absolutely love it. And so if that's you, whether you're thinking about moving next week or next year, reach out to me so I can help you. You can shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, or you can even schedule a Zoom with me, and all the information to do that is in the description below. But I'd love to connect with you and help you learn more about Tellico Village or about another area in East Tennessee and just help walk you through the process of making a move to East Tennessee. All right, so let's jump in and take a look at this map here of Tellico Village. So Tellico Village is located right here in East Tennessee, and I'll zoom out here so you can kind of see where it is. So it's right here in East Tennessee, and here's Knoxville, which is the closest major city, and that's going to be about 35 to 40 minute drive from Tellico Village. And then Atlanta is down here as well. Atlanta is going to be about a 3-hour drive. Nashville is about a 2.5-hour drive. But that's kind of where Tellico Village is located, right here in East Tennessee. And you can see the Smoky Mountains run right along through here. And so you have really close access to the Smoky Mountains up through here. You know, Gatlinburg right here is one of the biggest destinations from all around the country for the mountains. But you can access the mountains just about 30 minutes from where Tellico Village is. Tellico Village is right here, and you can get up here the foothills of the mountains just in about 20 to 30 minutes from Tellico Village. So that's one of the great things about the location. I'll zoom in here and show you a little closer. Now, Knoxville is right down here, and again, Knoxville is just about 40 minutes away, downtown Knoxville. And then West Knoxville, which is where a ton of the shopping and amenities are in Knoxville, West Knoxville and Farragut right here, is a lot closer by. It's just about 20 to 30 minutes away from Tellico Village. So that's just to give you an idea of what it's close to as far as a major city. Lenoir City is the closest city to Tellico Village, and Lenoir City is just about 15 minutes away. And Lenoir City has grocery stores and some restaurants, and it's got a hospital. And so that's the closest city, just about 15 minutes away from the middle of Tellico Village right here. But I'll go ahead and zoom in and show you kind of where Tellico Village is along the lake. It's right along Tellico Lake. This is Tellico Lake. You can see on the map here it's called Little Tennessee River, but there's nothing little about the river right here because it's dammed up at Fort Loudon Dam. And so this is a large lake that runs through here, obviously fed by the Little Tennessee River. But Tellico Village here is the northern point, right about here, and it runs all the way down through here. You know, I can type it in right here and kind of show you, but this is not complete. So this is a lot of Tellico Village outlined by that red that you can see there, but this little portion right here is also Tellico Village, and this is where a lot of the new homes are going in. And then there's also another section of Tellico Village. If you jump down here, the newest community is called Kahidi, and Kahidi is right here And so it's a separate area, but it's part of Tellico Village. So if you're in Kahiti, you're still part of the Tellico Village POA, and you have access to the golf courses and the wellness center and all of the other things that you would have access to if you were in this section of Tellico Village. But there's another community called Realty Bay, which is another active retirement community with another golf course right here. But here's the main part of Tellico Village, and then Kahiti is right down here in this section. So that's Tellico Village. And now what I want to do is talk about the location of a few things that you might be wondering about around Tellico Village. And then I'm gonna zoom back into Tellico Village and talk about some of the things that are right in Tellico Village as far as amenities and golf courses. I'll show you where the golf courses are and where the marinas are, where the rec centers are, and everything like that. But just to zoom out again and show you where some other important things are that you might be wondering about. So the Knoxville Airport is about 35 minutes away, and it is in Alcoa. And so the Knoxville Airport is right over here. And so you can see, you can hop on this highway right here, 321, and you can get over to the Knoxville Airport fairly quickly. So if that's important to you, that's just about 35 minutes away. The Knoxville Airport has direct flights to some areas around the country. It's not an international airport. So the closest major airports are the Nashville Airport, which was about the Nashville Airport, which was about 2.5 hours away, and then the Atlanta Airport, which is about 3 hours away. And so those are the airports. And as far as hospitals, there are several hospitals in Knoxville, but the closest hospital is Fort Loudon Medical Center, and it's right here in Lenoir City. And so that's the closest hospital to Tellico Village. But there are several other hospitals not too far away. And so right over here in West Knoxville, that's where Park West is, which is a great hospital. And then Turkey Creek Medical Center is right here in Turkey Creek. And so those are just about 30 minutes away from Tellico Village. And then along with that, out here in Farragut and West Knoxville, there are tons of other doctor's offices. Pretty much any specialty that you could need is going to be right in here. And so for pretty much all of your medical care, you're going to be able to come right here within about a 25 to 30 minute drive and get pretty much everything you need out here in West Knoxville and Farragut. But again, the closest hospital is right here in Lenoir City. And as far as restaurants and grocery stores and shopping, there are a few restaurants in Tellico Village that I'll show you. And there is a grocery store. It's a Food Line, and it's a nice grocery store right here in Tellico Village. But if you want to have some more options, there are several grocery stores in Lenoir City. And if you want to get some of the health food options, like the Fresh Market is a really nice health food grocery store, and it's right here in Farragut. And then Earth Fare is another great store, and it's right here in Turkey Creek in Farragut. And then Costco, which is important to a lot of people, is right here in Farragut as well, just about 30 minutes away. And so all the shopping you really could possibly need is right here. This is Turkey Creek, and this is one of the biggest shopping areas in East Tennessee. And so that's pretty close by to Tellico Village. But as far as what is in Tellico Village itself, this is the grocery store. It's the Food Line. And so that's right in Tellico Village. You know, if you're in this main part of Tellico Village, it's just going to be, about 10 minutes away for you, depending on where you are. A little bit further if you're in Kahiti, but there is a Food City right here if you're in Kahiti, which is probably where you would go. Now, there are a few other things that I'll show you on this end. There's a pharmacy down here. There's a salon down here as well. And then right on the other side of Tellico Parkway, there's a Dollar General, and there's a home store, Sloan's Village Home Center, which is a great hardware and home store. And then the other thing I want to show you is this right here is a storage facility where you can keep your RV or your boat. And there's also some climate controlled storage here as well. So that's all sort of at this west end of Tellico Village. But as far as the restaurants go, there are also several restaurants. So just to start down here in Kahidi, there is a restaurant at the clubhouse in Kahidi. So right there at the clubhouse, there's a restaurant. That's the only restaurant in Kahidi. But here in the main part of the village, there are a few different restaurants. There's one at the Tellico Pro Shop. There's a restaurant there. Then there's this Thai restaurant, Thai Bistro, which is a really good Thai restaurant. There's a Mexican grill. There's this Italian restaurant. And so there are several restaurants right in Tellico Village. And then right here at the Yacht Club is also a good restaurant in Tellico Village. But again, if you want more options, you can come to Lenore City where there are some more options. And then there's a ton more over here in Farragut and Knoxville. Now, as far as the golf courses in Tellico Village, I know this is important to a lot of people. There are 3 really, really nice golf courses in Tellico Village. And I'll go ahead and tell you my favorite one is probably Kahidi, but they're all really nice. I really like all of them. So this is the first one, Tenassi. And Tenassi is located on more of the northern side of Tellico Village. So if you're coming from Lenore City, it's the first one you come to. And all of these golf courses run throughout the neighborhoods. And so a lot of the homes in Tellico Village are on the golf courses. But this is Tenassi. And Tenassi is probably the easiest of the 3. And so I kind of like it for that reason. But as you can see, it just runs along through the neighborhood and just winds along the lake and through the neighborhoods, and it's a really pretty setting. So that's Tenassi. And then Tellico is just a little bit further down, and Tellico is a little bit more of a difficult course, but I really like Tellico as well. Tenassi does not have a driving range. Tellico and Kahidi both have a driving range. All 3 of them have putting greens to practice on, but you can see the Tellico driving range right there. And again, the Tellico Pro Shop right there. But again, you know, the holes, number 1 runs down along through there, and they just run along the neighborhoods, and they have, you know, a little hole next to the lake here. And so it's just really pretty setting. This one runs over along next to the lake. Hole number 14, you have over the water here, and number 15 along the lake, and then you wrap back around. But so these courses are along the lake and then along through the neighborhoods, and they're really pretty courses. And then down here, you know, just as a side note, there's Rarity Bay, which is another master planned retirement community with its own golf course, but that's not what this video is about, but it is right there, right next to Tellico Village. But Kahidi is right down here. And again, Kahidi is the newest area, and it's part of Tellico Village. If you're in Kahidi, then you are part of the same POA as everybody else in Tellico Village. But of course, it's a separate area down here. It's really just about 20 minutes away from the other part, though. But this is the Kahidi golf course, and this is a links style golf course. And of course, you can't tell from this map tour, but Kahidi, you know, not only in here with this great golf course, but you also get some mountain views from Kahidi. So up here, you don't get a whole lot of mountain views, but down here in Kahidi, you know, the mountains or just right over here, you know, these are the foothills, and you can see these foothills out in the distance. And so really good views from Kahidi. And this is the Kahidi golf course. And you can see, again, just runs through the neighborhoods there and along the lake. All right, and the last two things I'll touch on are the other amenities like the rec centers and the marinas. And so the main wellness center is right up here. You can see where it is in relation to the rest of Tellico Village. So that's the main wellness center. It's very nice. It has several pickleball courts. You can see them all over here. It's got a bunch of pickleball courts, and under this pavilion, these are covered pickleball courts. And then over here, you have tennis courts. And then the wellness center is in here with weight training equipment and cardio equipment, a swimming pool, and then you also have the other rec center, Choto Recreation Center, which just has another gym and a pool and some more tennis courts as well, and a basketball gym too. And then Kahidi does, of course, you have access to the main wellness center, but then Kahidi, if you look down here, it also has a rec center with actually an outdoor pool as well down here at Kahidi. And so Kahidi has its own little rec center that's not quite as big, but you can just stay here in Kahidi and use that rec center as well. And then in addition to the rec centers and of course the golf courses, there are also just walking trails. And so you can hop on the walking trail and walk for miles. And of course, the roads are quiet. And so if you want to walk along a lot of the roads, they're nice and quiet too. But you have access to those walking trails. And then up along here, there's another area with walking trails as well that you can drive to just down the parkway from Tellico Village. So a lot of nice walking trails in addition to the rec centers. And the last thing I want to talk about is the lake and the marinas. So Tellico Lake, like I mentioned, is fed by the Little Tennessee River. It flows this way, and the dam is right here. So that's Fort Loudon Dam. This lake up here is Fort Loudon Lake. That's fed by the Tennessee River. And both these rivers meet up right here and are dammed by the same dam. And so this lake right here is Tellico Lake, and that's what Tellico Village sits right along. And there is a big marina right here in Lenore City that you can see. But over here in Tellico Village, there are also several marinas. So the big one is right here, the Tellico Village Yacht Club. And so you have access to all these boat slips in here, and also the restaurant here in the yacht club, as well as fuel that's available here. But there are also several more that are available for the residents. You can see the boat slips in here. These ones are right there at Tenassie. There are also a couple boat ramps where you have access to put your boat in the water. So there's one right there at the north end, and then coming down here, so the yacht club is kind of there in the middle, and then coming down here you have another boat ramp that's right here at the other end. And then Kahidi also has boat slips that are available for the residents. And of course, a lot of homes that are on the lake with docks But if you're not on the lake, then you have access to those boat slips that are right there. Now, I know I said that was going to be the last thing, but I actually want to touch on one more thing before we wrap up the video, and that is that there are several more things available in Tellico Village as far as a library, and there are a lot of community events that go on and different clubs that go on, and there are also several churches, and those are all kind of here in the middle of the village. And so several churches and a library, and so really everything that you need is right here in the village. You don't have to go outside the village for really anything other than if you're gonna go to a doctor's appointment over in Knoxville. But again, Knoxville is very close by, and so if you want to go over there to go out to eat or to go shopping, it's very close by. But if you're thinking about buying a house in Tellico Village or one of the other areas in East Tennessee, feel free to reach out to me so I can help. You can shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, or even schedule a Zoom call with me so we can meet face to face. But I'd love to walk alongside you and help guide you through that process. But other than that, I will see you on the next video.